Okay, guys. So this is kind of weird for me to do, but I believe, um, I believe there's somebody out there who can help my son and I. I'm not really sure exactly where to go from here. I will be saying prayers, but instead of me having anger issues, I'm humbling myself instead of going out and attacking people and being all upset and getting in my emotions to do something to someone. So basically there's something going on where there's people at my apartment complex that are harassing me. I've made police reports about it. The police told me I'm paranoid even though I have proof of it and I know the people's names and I have some of the people's numbers and text messages that prove it. They told me I'm paranoid. And then on top of it, I had people bullying, harassing me at my job. That's why part of the reason why I didn't want to go back there. I was trying to look for other work while I was still working. And every time I went to go do an interview, even if the person seemed like they were wanting to hire me, all of a sudden things would switch and then it's like they changed their mind or whatever. If and I found out I'm being blackballed from working at certain jobs. They're trying to make it hard out here for me so that I can't take care of my son and I lose my son and then maybe go crazy and attack people and lose my mind completely. That's not going to happen. I will maintain having self-restraint. I probably would yell at someone before I would hurt them. After what I seen tonight, when I went outside and it was confirmed that the leak that I kept seeing from my car after I parked it to obey to not drive until I actually have the what do you call it, the license and stuff. I did manage to get the insurance, but then I said, okay, I don't want to piss these people off, making them think that I think I'm bigger than them. So I parked my car and I decide to just walk or ride my bike, and even though I had a car. But then there was people threatening me because they were wanting to sleep in my car and I told them no. And I didn't say it disrespectfully. I even gave them food. And it was a guy who used to live in this apartment who got evicted because of him continuously bringing drug addicts in the house and in his house and had other activity going on. And then they evicted him because I guess he couldn't pay or some other stuff happened. I'm thinking he was part of the bus when they went in people's apartments. I heard that some people got evicted after they had meth in their apartments or whatever, and that guy got upset. And I noticed after that happened, he had moved his tent by my car, and the guy who worked on my car, Anthony Smith, these men have all been working together to tear me down because I wouldn't have sex with them. I'm not lowering myself. I'm not lowering my standards to doing something like that just to appease them. And since they have attitudes, and there's men that are staying in my apartment complex, they when they hassle me um time and time again, and I don't give in to doing any sexual favors for them, they they work around going to do certain things with other people that they know. Like, I found out all these people, there's some guys that there's two men that I've dated in the past that knew other people who live at this same apartment complex, and they all know each other, and they've been working in, I feel like they've been working in cahoots with each other. But anyways, longer story short, someone punctured my oil pan or something, and there was a leak coming out. So now I have a car. I paid like 4,500 for that car from my ex-boyfriend to put money in his pocket, but turns out he was doing some fraudulent activity. He gave me a title that the police said doesn't go to the car, and it's just all kind of stuff that's been going on. I'm trying to illustrate to you guys, maybe like, so you can understand why I've been angry on some of my videos. But instead of me doing what these people want me to do, I'm trying my best to reach out and ask people for help if anybody can help. Like, I hate to ask for money, but if you can, anything helps. Even $1 from like different people is really helpful. I'm not trying to like do a scam to take money from you. I'm actually somebody who is willing to do services for you. Like if you need something typed up, or if there's like something I can do from where I'm at for you, I will gladly do that for you. I was going to reach out and make a video like this in the past, but then all of a sudden I got a call to go work at my job that I recently had to quit. And well, they asked me to resign and then reapply, but the hours don't correspond. That the hours that they have, they don't work with the hours of my son's daycare. And the jobs that people been offering me are outside of, they don't work for the hours, for the travel time from how far those jobs are to get back. And where I live, in the city I live, there's people that are working against me intentionally. It's hard for me to explain to you how I know that these people are working together to make sure that it's hard for me. I'm not just trying to say this like 555. I just saw 555 on the clock when I looked down at my phone. But the thing is, I'm trying to explain to you guys why I'm asking you for help. I'm not trying to be some greedy woman who's just sitting at home on my ass not doing anything. I did go and try to get work, and every time I do an interview, it's like the people decide, like they behave as if they were bribed to not give me a job. The way, even if they act like they'll go through with the interview process, but then it kept happening consistently. So that's how I know that this is not normal. And when I did try to go do work on my own, like my own self-employment, the people that, it's like people were monitoring me to find out what I was doing so that they can stop me and block me in different areas of my life. So I'm reaching out to see if someone could please help me, and I need a lawyer, somebody who can help me to um hold someone accountable who was trying to, a therapist that was trying to dictate my life, because he saw what I was going through and I was trying to turn my life around. So they did it under the guise, like they pretended like he was concerned for my mental health, even though he could have, he was basically negligent, because there were some things I've been telling him I've been going through and he ignored it. But then, and I'm sorry about my son in the background. He doesn't have any clue about what's going on. I've been keeping him happy as possible. Like he has, is like it doesn't affect him what we're going through, because I do my best to make sure he's happy. um Make sure he's fed, make sure he's cleaned, like groomed, make sure he gets time to go outside and play, make sure I'm empathetic with my son. The thing is, these people at my therapist firm, they know the history about what happened to me when when it was orchestrated for me to be put in the psychiatric hospital, and I started speaking out about that stuff to my therapist. My therapist started saying that I was paranoid, and he was discussing my case with the lady who owns the therapy firm, and I could tell he was being vindictive and manipulative when he initiated the CPS investigation based on some other things that led up to that happening. And then how one time in the session before that happened, he bust out laughing at me one time, and I realized he laughed at me because he knew that I didn't know what was coming about him calling the not the feds, but the CPS or DHS on me, because I was wondering, I was asking him one time, was what was funny. I don't know if those things are recorded. That's why I asked him for my own file. But he one time he said I could get them, and then the next time when I asked him for it, he said that he don't know if he could give me the file or something like that. So basically, I knew that he was doing foul play when he initiated another CPS investigation to make things harder in my life, just to abuse his authority. And so I'm reaching out to see if somebody could help me on that note too. I reached out to ask somebody online at James C. Lovett to see if he had anything, but I haven't gotten a response back from him yet. He probably is really busy. I'm trying to reach out to anybody who could possibly help me. And the reason why it's kind of scary at times though, because some of the people I ask for help, they wind up working against me. So I am watchful of the help that I'm receiving at the same time. I'm not trying to be like somebody who's desperate to accept anything that anybody tries to get me into. So don't worry, I'm not trying to like put myself out there to the extent like I'm willing to do whatever. I'm still trying to do things, legitimate. I don't want to do anything that's going to be involving me possibly getting into some type of trouble. I'm trying to do things legally. And instead of just me asking for help for free, I'm willing to do something for you guys. Like if you need me to type up a paperwork, like I thought about doing publishing or something like that, like where you have a book and you need somebody to sit there and type it out for you. I'm willing to do that kind of stuff. I'm just trying to see if somebody is willing to help me out, man or woman, it doesn't matter. Because when it really boils down to it, I'm actually a good person. I don't like saying that kind of stuff because I'm not trying to show how I'm a good person. And you it's best for you to just talk to me personally and get to know me for yourself instead of just judging me based off of what you might perceive. I'm asking you, please. And I'm mostly doing this because I I have the ambition to have a better life, but it looks like people are trying to make it really hard for me and my son. And and that includes people in my family as well. They've been working against me even when I was pregnant with my son. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Uh, excuse me. But yeah, I'm just trying to ask, and I will put my excuse me, my cash app in here, and I'll place my email as well so that anybody who's serious, I'm being really serious, guys, and I'm willing to help you in any kind of way that I can. I'm not trying to be somebody who's just like begging. I really need help. I really do. I really need help. If there's some upright lawyer out there who can help me in um, a lawsuit against like these people for trying to dictate my life, and like maybe I don't even have to I didn't even want to sue these people, but I see how things are going. On top of me being blackballed, I know that that's what's happening, and it's a long story. I can't get into that on this video. I don't want to make it too long. I apologize, but I really need help out here from people. I currently have a place to stay, but there's stuff going on at my apartment where they're even trying to make it. They tried to make it where I was kicked out several times, and that's part of the challenges I'm going through. Is like if I try to cover something on one end, they come at me at another end, and then I have to worry about that. Like I have a car. I I legitimately worked hard at my job and got a car. Some people came into the workplace while I was working, and they orchestrated for me to have to be kicked out of that place. They did it to three women, no, four women at the same time, and there were some women who were speaking about that happening. So now I went to my other job. They were doing some things. I actually documented it on recording. Like I recorded the things that were happening at that workplace, which is why I went to go look for other work while I still had that job. And then I wind up letting that job go because I got sick and I couldn't come into work. And you have to do at least two shifts in a 30-day period. By the time it was time for me to do that second shift, there I think 5 days, 3 to 5 days had passed, so I'm no longer working at that job. And when that, instead of firing me, they asked me to resign so that I can reapply. The problem is the stalking and the harassment is going to continue if I go back to that same job, and as well as the schedule not corresponding correct properly with my son's daycare schedule. And then when I go look for work, there is like somebody's making it hard behind the scenes for me to get work. And then on top of that, there's my phone is hacked. There's other things going on. So if there's anybody, like somebody who might be, who in their spirit can feel that I'm not BSing you, can you please reach out to me? I will give you my phone number if you need it, but for now I will put my email and my cash app there, and you can reach out to me. and and if you need something from me in exchange, I will be happy to do that. And thank you very much.